Hey there, warriors. It's time for this week's Warrior 5. So we're halfway through the year. It doesn't seem possible that we're really halfway through 2019. And I'm sure that a lot of you at the beginning of the year really thought seriously about your business goals for 2019. Where are you? What do you really want? What are you going to be working toward in 2019? And you set goals and you thought, okay, by December 31st, this is where I really want to be. So there is no perfect time than at the halfway point to go back and look and see where you are so you can really crush that second half of 2019 and end up where you want to be at the end of the year. So we're going to look at 5 ways to help you crush that second half, okay? So here are 5, obviously. When we choose 5, we're not saying there are only 5, but we choose 5 that really, really help to get you where you want to be. So, number 1, really make a list of your accomplishments for the first half of the year. Lay out your business. What does it look like? Give yourself credit. I am sure that in this first 6 months, you have accomplished a lot. And when you put that on paper, it's very, very powerful because you're really detailing what you did. And this really helps you figure out how you're going to do things differently or the same for the second half of the year so you can really rev it up. Second, ask yourself the really hard questions. So take that paper where you've laid everything out and look at it. Look at it closely. What worked? What didn't work? Who was instrumental in your accomplishments, getting you to a point of success? What do you need to anticipate based on what you see? What do you need to anticipate is going to happen in that second half? Are your goals realistic? So the halfway point is a really good time to check in. Is where you want to be at the end of December even realistic based on where you are right now? Maybe it's time to look at it and say, this really isn't realistic. I need to change things. I need to evolve it. Or maybe it's a time to say, you know what? I really don't even want this. I want something else. So it could be time for a rewrite. That's fine. Now's the time to do it. Third thing, call in the experts. So many entrepreneurs think that they have to go at their business by themselves. Just because they are starting their own business doesn't mean that they have to be in it by themselves. People will support you. Call them in. Whether it's a trusted friend, whether it's a stack of self-help books for people who have done this and been there and know what's happening and know how to get you to a point of comfort and doing things that you need to, or maybe it's hiring a coach. But just remember, very, very few people get to where they want to be, that level of success, that pinnacle, without having a support team. So go out, find them, talk to people, read, get a coach, get help to get you where you want to be. It's a good thing. Okay, next, plan to up your game. Very rarely are you going to get to the halfway point and you're going to say, oh my God, I'm 75% of the way in. Usually not going to work that way because you're just, when you begin, there are a lot of things that happen in the beginning that usually take a lot longer than you anticipate. So what you really want to do is look at where you are in the halfway point and judge how much more intensity you're going to need to get to that goal. It may be a couple hours more a day. It may be that you have to work the weekends. It might be. But you're going to know how close you are just by that great piece of paper that assessed everything. And when you evaluate that, you're going to know how much more time you're going to need to invest going forward. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's, you've advertised and it's gotten you here, but you need to be there. So you've got to kick in that much more money. Think about that. How are you promoting your business on social media? Maybe it's 3 more posts a day. Maybe it's doing some YouTube videos. Maybe it's doing live Facebook videos and interviews, anything like that. But you're going to know how much more intensity you're going to need to put in to get you to your goal when you're at the halfway point. It's just a really good marker. Forward thinking. So I think this is another really important thing, and this is probably the number one of the 5 warrior ways this week, is the fact that lay out your next goal. Of course, you're not finished with this year's goal, but how does it fit into the big picture? Where do you go next? So it's about evolving. It's about evolving your business. When you get to the end of 2019, you don't stop. So now is a good time to think, okay, where does this go? What am I wanting to do next? What is that next step on the horizon that's really important to me? So when you lay out that goal for 2020 and beyond, you're able to put that goal for 2019 in a much better context. So it gets you a lot closer when you're looking at this big picture. So go ahead and do that. See how it fits in. And then really make that clear assessment. Start that strategic path to get you there in the broader scope of the entirety of your business goals. So that should be another point that you definitely want to do. So that's this week's Warrior 5. Halfway through 2019, I hope you are crushing it right now, let alone having 5 more ways that you're going to crush it for the rest of the year. And we'll see you next week. Thanks.